is up, guys? Digitalnex, and today we're back again with another animated story, MSA, or previously known as, I don't know what they call it. Let's go ahead and jump right in.
My heart was beating like a drum as I heard the sirens wailing, and was horrified as I was being taken away in my dad's police car. You must be wondering how I ended up here. Well,
That's me. You're probably wondering how I got in this wacky, crazy situation. Well, my name's Digitalnex, and my life is pretty crazy.
growing up, it was just my dad and me. He worked as a private investigator.
Fibers on his hairbrush match those left at the scene of the crime. We've got our man.
Wow.
Officer Briggs, bring me that can of Sprite. Is that the suspect Sprite? Tastes like Sprite to me. Oh, he had some onions before. Whew. Okay, we're gonna have to find a place that serves onions and Sprite. It's a lot of places. I'm not very good at my job.
He always encouraged me to follow my heart just like he did and find what I love. So as a kid, I had some unusual aspirations. I wanted to be a movie star, unicorn rider, and a ballerina, all at the same.
Movie stars unusual? That's what I always wanted to be. I wanted to be a movie star. I wanted to act in movies. I didn't know that was an unusual dream. I don't know. I always thought acting was fun. I mean, I guess I get to come on here and act a little weird, but that's okay. We got somewhat close. There's still time.
Some of my friends and I would often pretend we were making our own movies. And action. Yeah, friends, because unfortunately for me, we moved often. Every time Dad got an urgent call, we had to start over. What is...
Really? I don't know if your dad's speaking of someone who has a dad as a cop. I don't know if your dad does what he says he does. You shouldn't be moving around so much. There ain't no reason for you to be moving. It's not like we're on short demand for private investigators. Well, he's a private investigator, so I guess. Okay, really? Would private investigators have to move around a lot? I think they would. No, I don't know.
This went on for a while until one day, Dad announced we were moving to Los Angeles and we would be staying there longer. Nah, I don't believe you. I'm not unpacking my stuff till I'm sure.
Pinky promise. I'm sure it'll be fun here. After all, it's Hollywood.
He was
LA's miserable. Alright. I lived in LA for like a month. I don't know. it ain't all that it's cracked up to be, okay? It's crowded, it's smoggy, it's stinky. I have to go to Anime Expo this weekend, and I wish Anime Expo wasn't in LA, and I hate that it's on July 4th weekend. I want to know who the smart person was that was like, let's hold one of the biggest anime conventions on the West Coast in LA. Yeah, you know that super expensive place? Let's hold it in the middle of LA, the really crowded LA, where it's already hard to find parking spots. Let's hold it there. No. It gets better, you guys. It gets better. Not only let's do it in the middle of summer when it's hot and people want to wear their cosplays and stuff, and let's make them wait in the sun so that way it's just hot and miserable. Then, best part, we hold it July 4th weekend. So all those people who came out of town to come to our convention, they either spend 4th of July with us or they have to spend it traveling back home and possibly missing it. Pretty smart. Am I right, you guys? Yeah.
I assumed since it was LA, most kids at school would have a passion for movies, but I was in for a surprise when I was told there was no movie club at school. So I got permission from the principal and created one. After school tomorrow? Sick. This is gonna be so fun. I shouldn't have gotten my hopes up. Wanna know why? 'Cause nobody showed up.
I thought no one was gonna show up. I don't know. Movie club, I'd be like, we just watching movies, what we doing? What's the movie club? We watching movies, we making movies. I need to know these things before I show up.
Is this the movie club? I guess I'm the star of the show today.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes,
Lord.
please, come right in. Want to know why the Scarecrow got an Oscar? Excuse me, what?
Outstanding in his
Because he
field.
was outstanding in his field.
I would have said it sarcastically like that. I mean, let me guess, he was outstanding in his field. Everyone knows that one, man. Use something new.
Don't worry, people here don't know how awesome movie clubs are. And Lord of the Rings, that's one of my all-time faves.
No way, mine too. Peter told me that his dream was to become an actor, so we met up every day after school, except when he had swim team practice on the weekend. He lived in the most modern house with the most...
You're telling me this kid who went to public school lived in this mansion? He didn't go to one of the fancy I don't know about high schools in LA. I'm assuming there's fancy ones. Also, Lord of the Rings, it's okay. I watched all the movies. I can say that because I watched all the movies recently, like this year. Okay? My wife loves those movies. I think there's better trilogies out there. All right? No hate on Lord of the Rings fans. If you love Lord of the Rings, good for you. I am happy for you. That can be your favorite movie series. It's not for me. As someone who loves fantasy, I love Final Fantasy games and loves that medieval and like elves and all that other stuff. I wasn't too into Lord of the Rings. I don't know why.
Wow, this is all yours?
Yeah, my parents are costume designers on movie sets, so they bring home all the best pieces. Whoa, you're the most beautiful elf.
And you're a handsome one. It was the first time I found someone who liked the same things as me, and the more time I spent with him, the more I liked him. I even developed a tiny crush on him.
That's crazy. Imagine talking to someone and then you find out you like the same things. Isn't that crazy that you could just talk to a random person, you guys might have some stuff in common? That's crazy to believe that the one dude she talked to out of all of LA, he ain't Mexican. Don't believe it. I'm kidding, but you know, not really.
When it was my birthday, Peter promised to go to the movies with me, and obviously I was very excited, but he never showed up.
My grandma was really sick and I was taking care of her all night. I didn't realize my phone was dead until later that night. I was so busy, I couldn't even inform you.
That day, something totally bizarre happened. I overheard Peter telling his friends that he was with me the previous day.
Hey. Oh, Selma, it's just
I'm gonna need her to change outfits, all right? She's been in this baby Yoda. I'm gonna call him Baby Groot. She's been in this Baby Yoda shirt for a while now, all right? Since she's moved to LA. Put on a different shirt. You probably stink, which is why he didn't want to hang out with you.
I don't tell people about my grandma and how sick she is. I don't want pity. You're special. That's why I told you the truth.
To make it up to me, Peter took me shopping at one of the most expensive stores in town. Turns out Peter and Stacy were good friends. Stacy showed us around, and that's when I saw the most beautiful thing in the world, a diamond bracelet. It wasn't like
You're in high school. What are you going to an expensive store for? Anyway, let me make it up to you, girl. Let me take you to the fanciest stores in town. All right, in Los Angeles. I ain't gonna buy you anything, but you can window shop for sure. Window shopping's half the fun.
It was really fun, but as we left, all of a sudden the alarms blared and security stopped us.
Oh, no, it's his jacket. I forgot to take it off. Hey, Stacy, here you go. I'm sorry.
How are you so calm? That was so scary. What if we had gotten into trouble?
Come on, it was a mistake, no big deal. And if we're ever in trouble, remember, I'll protect you.
This was clearly one of the best days of my life.
Dang, her life must suck. I'm sorry. That doesn't sound very exciting. You must have like a very boring life for you to go to a store and the alarm to trip and to some dude be like, don't worry, I'll be here, I guess. For that to be the best day of your life. I'm sorry if that's actually someone's best day of their life, because that sounds boring.
Oh, by the way, look in your bag.
No way, you did not.
Shh, this is your birthday gift. I hope you like it.
I love it. Peter, it's beautiful. Thank you.
What's going on here? Who's this? Is it all right if I ask some standard questions? Sure, but I know I have the constitutional right to remain silent.
Let's go ahead and use our third eye that's right here, and just gonna go ahead and wonder, did he really buy that bracelet? I'm gonna go ahead and say, I don't think so, Chief. I'm gonna assume he kept the jacket on, took the bracelet in there, and then when the sensor went off, he gave the girl the jacket. But now that I'm thinking about it, wouldn't it go off again if he had the bracelet? I don't know. I think he stole the bracelet.
You looked very scared to me. Does he know me? What is this? Looks expensive.
Peter got it for me. And before you doubt how a high schooler can afford this, you should know his family is quite rich. So don't go digging around for information about him. I like him, okay? In the following days, Dad was busy with work, and I spent all my time with Peter. But on one date night,
Your dad's definitely gonna start digging into this dude. That bracelet looks a little too nice for you. Little out of your price range, girl. I should know. I make the price range around here, and I can't afford that thing.
I found more than 10 missed calls from Stacy. Why was she calling? I was dying to ask him, but I couldn't speak after I saw the bill.
Don't worry about it. Dinner's on me.
I feel guilty.
I don't mind.
When we got to my place,
Hey, chill. Chill. Oh man, I'm trying to understand MSA. So let me get this straight. Your dad, who's a private investigator that has to constantly move forward, has his own very private BMW police car. Nothing screams private investigator like a bright yellow BMW police car. My God. I need you to make this story believable.
Selma, sorry, urgent work call. I gotta go, sweetie. Nice ride, Peter.
Once he returned, he had tons and tons of questions about Peter. So many that I finally snapped. Can you just stop it? I'm finally settling in, feeling accepted, and you start with your detective work. Just let me and Peter be. Dad.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted to, make sure you're okay. I just thought it was crazy that, we went in and, you came to the school and the first thing you found was a guy who also loved the same things you do. He likes movies. That's crazy. No one else likes movies. He likes Lord of the Rings. Insane. No one else likes Lord of the Rings except you and that dude. You guys have tons in common. That's crazy.
Right. I'm sorry, honey.
Over the weekend, I was home alone and bored, so I decided to surprise Peter at his swim practice, but I couldn't find him anywhere. When I asked around, I got the most shocking news.
There's no Peter on this team.
What the heck? Peter was lying to me about—
Who's that uggo? Who's that ugly guy? He ain't on my team. I'm captain. I should know. All right? Ain't no Peter on this team.
Ugh, I was so angry that I ignored all of Peter's calls and texts for the entire weekend. But at school, he stopped me and literally begged me to meet him at a cafe nearby after class. Okay, before I continue my story, I gotta say something. It takes only 10 seconds to tie your shoelaces.
And it takes only 10 seconds for me not to care. Anyway, listen, I'm gonna teach you how to be sneaky 101. If you wanna be super sneaky, you're gonna have to follow these steps, all right? Listen, when your partner is not paying attention, grab their phone. If you have access to their phone, even better. Then you share your location with each other. You have them share, like you go in their phone and then you share your location with yourself, just in case you wanna know where they are, all right? I'm not saying to do this. It is not correct, okay? But if you're so worried about where he's at, there you go. Share your location. Easy as that.
Do you know how many seconds it takes to make a stupid decision? 1 second. Agreeing to meet Peter at the cafe. I got to the cafe. I spotted him with Stacy and instantly saw red. She's why you lied about swim practice?
Selma, what do you mean?
Cut it out, Peter. I know you've been seeing Stacy behind my back. Ew, I would never date this loser. He's like a brother to me. What?
Oof, she hit him with he's like a brother to me. Any guy who's ever hit on a girl and heard that his heart was like, oh! Ah! It hurts. It hurts.
Well, actually, on weekends, I do community service. I got a couple of speeding tickets. I'm not proud of it, and your dad's this grumpy cop.
Fine, but this is your last chance. So why did you ask me to come here? Why is she here? Actually, I need Peter's help to get things from my boyfriend's place when the creep's not around. I wanted backup, so you can help too. It'll be quicker.
Sounds like they're robbing the place. That's all. It sounds like a good old classic B&E, breaking and entering.
Stacy and Peter, and we went over to one of the biggest houses I'd ever seen. She broke in instead, and quite easily.
Oh, she used the flipper?
I can't believe it. So sweep the place, and if you find anything that doesn't look like it belongs to a man, grab it. I looked around and picked up all of our clothes and put it in the bag Peter gave me, and once I was done, I found Stacy and Peter grabbing all of the expensive art pieces.
Ain't no way someone's this stupid. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go ahead and say, ain't no way someone this dumb. That's weird. You're going into your ex's to get your things? Oh, we're gonna have to break in? Oh, okay, that's kind of weird. Don't grab anything that looks like it belongs to a man? Huh, interesting. That's kind of weird. Why do we have to be quick? I mean, just take your things. It's your stuff. Why are you sneaking around? Isn't that kind of a little suspicious?
Could tell something was definitely fishy, so while Peter and Stacy weren't looking, I dialed 911. Peter, this isn't right. I think I know you guys are stealing. Bingo! Took you long enough, but—
How do you think I got you that? Yup, stolen, and you're wearing it. Now you're a part of the gang. Surprise!
I knew I had to come up with some way to get out of there. Dad, I am so sorry. As if Dad heard me.
Dad, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize how dumb I was, and it really do be like that sometimes.
Suddenly he barged in through the door with other cops behind him, like a hero. My hero. Apparently he had a location tracker installed on my phone and knew where I was. I know, invasion of privacy, but thank God.
Wow, It's almost as if he did what I told everyone else to do. Or, you know, not to do. Crazy. Who would have thought?
And that's how I ended up in the back seat of my dad's car with my hands cuffed. But to Peter and Stacy's utter dismay, the moment I reached the station, I was set free, cause since I had dialed 911, the operator had heard everything Stacy had said. Dad, were there any eyewitnesses to the burglaries?
The witnesses said the culprits wore a disguise.
Oh my God, I think I know where they're hiding the disguise.
Oh my gosh. That's right. If I use my brain blast, I can remember Peter has a whole closet full of costumes. It's brilliant. It's almost genius-like, because they were so smart they fooled even me, you know, whose dad is a cop and should have known better.
I told Dad about Peter's closet full of wigs and costumes, and even showed him the video footage of Peter's house and the vlog of him trying on the costumes.
I'm sorry I lied to you so much, but I had no choice. At first, Stacy wanted me to get to know you, but then I started liking you so much. That's why I stole the bracelet, for you.
That's already a red flag. I'm gonna go ahead and stop you right there. Red flag, red flag, red flag, girl. Don't you forgive him!
Just a few months after my unbelievable experience, I made my very own movie, Dating a Criminal, all about my time with Peter. I even used the real footage, and that movie helped me get a full scholarship.
You didn't do any of that stuff. Nice to lie though. It seems the lies never stop, do they? Interesting. Alright, you guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like button to subscribe and turn on the little bell for notifications so you know when I go live or I post a new video. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.